afternoon and welcome in. The non-conference season is over and it's Michigan USC week. And there he is, Jim Scarcelli, who joins us on this Monday. Michigan victorious over the weekend. Scar, it's great to see you. How are you?
Danny, I'm fired up. A lot of good things happening, man. You know, we're 2-1. We lost to a real good football team who may have the number one pick in the draft. You know what? We're healthy. It looks like Colt Loveman might have a little ding, but for the most part, you know, I always try to look at the positive things. You know, we're healthy. Sherrone Moore is getting his feel of things, and I think all the bags of tricks, you're going to see some stuff on offense this week. And obviously, we got the new change of quarterback. We'll get into that, but I'm fired up, man. I'm not. We got things right. Just got to be patient.
I'm going to be patient all the way till Saturday. And if Michigan can beat USC, I think that the patience and the positivity will be rewarded at that time because people will be feeling pretty good. It is USC, and then you got Minnesota, Little Brown Jug, and then Michigan's first road trip. We'll get to some of that with the schedule. The award-winning, informative, educational, entertaining film from Scar. I know that he's got it. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for us when he goes to the board. And Scar will also point out for some keys to victory against Lincoln Riley's Trojans. But Scar, you already said it. You mentioned the headline news. Sherrone Moore, first question at his news conference was, what about Alex Orji? And Moore said that he's up and he is starting. Your thoughts?
Look, he's played a lot of football. He should be confident. He should feel confident. We're gonna, there's things he can do with the offense that other guys, we haven't had a lot of confidence doing. A little bit with JJ, a little bit over the years, but there's a whole hell of a lot he can do. And the coaches have to be smart, Denny. Don't try to force a guy to do something he can't. That was an old Bo Schembechler line that he told his coaches. Don't ask a guy to do something he can't do. Find out what he can do and zero in on it. What can he do? So our coaches have to be smart. We need a lot of jet sweep, 7 offensive linemen, different plays with the running back, easy passes. Like I've been saying the whole time, easy. Like he's thrown 2 touchdown passes on some little boot passes, easy passes and bombs. If you air it out once, twice a game, and they saw it on film, Danny, don't think that the bomb that we did not complete on film. It shows that they have to honor it. They have to respect it. The whole secondary has to deal with it every time he's in the game. So even though we haven't had a lot of success throwing it deep with him, he has the ability, and they have to honor. They can't overplay and jump on this stuff. But I don't understand. I'm an old Art of War guy. You don't want to give the enemy any kind of tips. I don't understand why he would say it early. Does he want to give the kids confidence, to let the team have a week to build confidence around him? What's the psychology of telling your team and the press and everybody early? Obviously, USC is going to prepare for both guys either way. But, it could be a flat-out curveball. I don't know. Why would you tell the enemy? A lot of coaches have different philosophies about that. Jim would have never said nothing. That was his thing. He was so reluctant to say anything to anybody about anything going on. But that's Sherrone's call, and he made it, and there's some benefits in it. Like I said, the team gets the whole week to rally behind him, and it's public. It's known. You're the guy, and let's go. Let's take care of these Trojans.
Yeah, you can make the point. There's a lot of good points that you made. You can make the point that this is the way that it should have gone, whoever it was going to be week 1. The advantage is that if you value starting reps in this preparation for USC with the ones, now you can just have Alex Orji take all of those snaps, and the rest of the team can prepare they're running the same offense, but it can't really be the same, Scar. Like Orji's going to run 90% of the time. Michigan's going to run 90% of the time when Orji is out there. And some of that's going to be him. Most of it's going to be Edwards and Mullings. And if it was Warren, they would be 50-50. So that's a pretty dramatic difference to me. And they're going to be preparing and practicing a lot of RPOs. You can now commit fully in practice, and the team knows who the starter and I'll say leader is going to be. And I think that is the advantage, especially when the writing's on the wall. And it was so deflating what Warren did. Everybody knew that was watching that game that okay, hey, this kid's in over his head. The game's too fast for him. He's throwing too many picks. It's over, for him. So to me, it was obvious whether he was going to try to be coy, because you coaches all think that it's some kind of big deal. And I think Harbaugh would have been up there doing the same thing, because it was just completely obvious. And you need to dedicate, forget the games, forget the, every day's a competition, pick the guy, let's go for it. The conference season is underway. And that's what he did. So I think that was a smart move today by Sherrone Moore.
Yeah, hey, let's see how it plays out, and we'll see. I disagree with that 90% figure. I don't think we can. I don't think we can just run the ball 90% of the time. He's going to be. We have to throw it on. I don't care what his strengths are from the run game. We still have to throw it on first down. I don't care if it's high percentage, easy boot pass stuff. We still have to do it. You have to make the and I would have zero problems if we get the ball to the 50-yard line and they let it rip. Let him try to send somebody deep. I got no problem with that. Even though he hasn't completed any, they have to honor it. So I was trying to put a percentage on how I feel. It's different, so I feel a little bit different. Oh yeah, it's going to be different, Denny. But I think 90 is extreme.
I know it's a wild card, but from what I've seen from him when he came into that first series, it reminded me of what Michigan is all about since 2021. When they've been in a big, tough spot, almost every series, or the series that I can remember, I think about the 2021 game against Penn State. They needed that drive that ended up, that 50-yard lightning bolt with Eric All when they threw it to him. The previous 7 plays, all runs to Haskins. All run. When they had their best drive of the year, it was against Fresno State, and it was after the Bulldogs had scored. What did they do? They ran 7 times, and then they threw the ball. What did they do with Orji when he came in to relieve Davis Warren on Saturday? They ran it every time, I think another 6-7 times. And then he made that almost duplicate pass that he made to Donovan Edwards.
No, I get it, Denny, but the SC defense is going to be a little stiffer in there against the run than what we just saw with Ark.State. So, they'll have. Listen, this is the game though where you get the 7 offensive linemen in there. You do a whole lot more shifting. I guarantee you, our coaches have worked on things that they have not shown, that they worked on in the spring, they worked on in camp, and they didn't pull it out for Fresno, and they didn't pull it out for Ark.State. Maybe they, some of the stuff we saw in Texas, but there's going to be some little tweaks, some things to get Alex going, make him really adjust, try to get him misaligned, and then just run simple plays.
If he would have on that third series when he dropped back and had perfect protection and aired that one out, if he would have hit Fred Moore, I'd feel a lot different about this game plan. And it's going to be, you're going to throw him a little bit more. But since I've watched him throw that, and I've watched him throw a couple other ones, and besides those 2 nice little dump off passes that went for touchdowns, I'm discrediting him. Those were nice. He showed some nice touch. He can't throw the ball, so they're going to run it. They're going to. If I had to guess, if Lincoln Riley was watching this, I'd say prepare for the Penn State last year's game plan in the second half, where they ran 32 straight times. That's what you're going to see from Michigan on Saturday.
Well, I just hope that I hope we make them pay if they go 0 coverage, no help. Or if they do some, I've done those things as a defensive coach. Windy, crazy weather games. I'm not going to play honest. Or if you got we hurt your first string kid got hurt, you brought a kid in that can't throw. I'm going to overcommit. I'm going to do all those things. I've done them as a coach. And if they're going to do that against us, I guarantee you we're going to air it out, Denny. We're going to.
I hear you. No, to me, as I sit here, I don't want to make this sound like, this is a watershed moment for Sherrone Moore and mark it down. But there is a point to this being the start of the Big Ten season with the new kid on the block, USC coming in, a traditional program. Sherrone Moore's backed into a corner a little bit here with the quarterback, with what happened with Davis Warren. He had to do this. He really doesn't have any other options. But if we all recall what we have seen over USC and what we all laughed about with USC coming in the Big Ten the last couple of years, is like they were a joke on defense. They played two-hand touch. They're over there, the softest that they were compared to Ohio State. Even in their spring game, they were out there just playing patty cake on defense. And Michigan's brand and identity is punch you in the mouth, and we're going to out-tough you, and we're going to outlast you, and we're going to run the ball. And now you got big, flashy USC coming in here. They played LSU, and it looks like they played a little defense. Well, they're going to find out. Because Michigan's coming out and they're going to run it down their throat. That's what they're going to try to do.
Well, let me tell you, Danny, that USC team, I said it last week, Lincoln Riley, he pulled the Jim Harbaugh, man. He got it right with his defensive coordinator. Okay, Lincoln Riley forever, I always felt that what Lincoln Riley does on offense, it doesn't correlate to a tough physical defense because he's all this spread stuff and it makes your defense soft. Well, I watched them play. They're doing some more physical things offensively, which is going to toughen up your defense. But then he goes out and hires another Baltimore Raven wing guy out of the McDonald Minter tree, and this guy is running our defense. So we're going to see our defense. They're going to see we're running each other's stuff, which is an advantage for the offenses. When the teams you're going to play both run the same structure defensively, it helps the offenses. Because it's not something outrageous that they're going to see.
Scar, let me ask you about, you can say anything else you want here before we move on, but also there continues to be questions about the offensive line. You have Jadis, who graded out Sherrone Moore, whatever grading system. I don't know if he was talking about the PFF grades or their own individual grades, but he said that today that Jadis graded out better than Crippen, but he called him Crip. And he said Crip did do some really nice things in there. So that competition is spilling over to practice. I didn't like hearing that, but that's what he said. What about on at right tackle? Dre says, should Link move inside and should they put El Hadi at tackle? I don't
know. Those are different body types. El Hadi is a better puller, the guard position. There's so many. I know they like to cross-train guys, but I think we got to be patient with Link. I mean, they look at Gentry every day. They know what Percy can do, and the coaches have made the decision they're going to go with him. And he's done some good things. He's a young kid, man. He's got a lot of room for improvement, and that's the way they're going. But I just keep faith in that he's going to get better. Game 4 should be different. Every week should be better. Denny, and you make a good point about, as a coach, as the head football coach, Sherrone Moore stands in front of his team and says, we got to secure the football. So number one thing he talks about all the time, securing the football. And you have to practice what you preach. And I mean, it's we got a chance against anybody if we secure the darn ball. And Denny, I got it on my notes. I want to compliment our running back coach because I'm going to knock on wood. We ain't fumbled no damn footballs, our running backs, right?
No.
Not one.
Tony Alford.
Tony Alford's done a good job. And I don't ever believe anything's by accident when it comes to some of that stuff. So I'm going to compliment him. Our running backs have done their part of securing the football. But, hey, I'm behind it. I'm ready to go. He's played a lot of football. He's been in pressure games. He's thrown a ball against, he's played against Ohio State. He's played in the national championship game. He's played in the big house. the nerves should be he should be okay, man, mentally.
All right. How about the keys to victory against USC?
Okay, I always got number one is secure the football. So let's secure the football. Secure the football. Okay. Denny, Lincoln Riley is a really, really good offensive coach. He's a problematic guy to deal with. I've been watching him since he was at Oklahoma, and then he was at Texas Tech, and he was the hot guy because he was doing things as an offensive coordinator that other people weren't doing. He's always like ahead of the game, like a year before. When he does it, then everybody else does it like a year later.
Right.
So he's really a good coach. They play with great technique, and the stuff that he does is a problem adjusting and lining up. That's why, he's got all these good quarterbacks, but a big part of the quarterback's success is the problems defending what USC does. So a ton of this stuff is on Wink getting us lined up, right. And we got to tackle in space because they really try to isolate you in space. And they got Sean Nua over there, Denny, coaching their defensive. So we're going to see our defense. That's our old defensive line coach. So keys, secure the ball. A lot of this, we got to get lined up properly on defense. Okay. And now offensively, we should be able to. They don't have the kind of players Texas has on defense. I looked at them. They got good players. They've elevated, I think, some of their talent. I don't think they have the talent like Texas, but we should be able to move the ball against them, man. Because again, there's going to be a familiarity with what they do, and let's not act. We have to have a great game plan for Alex, okay? Because they have to know what he can do and what he can't do, and be smart with it, and then help him with formations and BS. And Antoine, you're right. RPO game has got to be in. We got to have the RPO game from all aspects: the running back game off the zone, the quarterback keep, the quarterback pass, all that kind of BS. And we can't be afraid to throw it with some easy slant passes and some of those things too. So all that stuff has got to be in, which we've been afraid to run with Davis Warren. So you're right, Antoine.
All right. So there are the keys to victory. Sherrone Moore pointing out number 6.
Red zone defense, Denny. I don't know that they're a great red zone offense. They're all that spread stuff. It's like the old Ohio State guys. We got to be let them move it between the 20s, and then they get the ball inside there. Now we got it. Now let's see if you can knock somebody off the ball.
How about, I'll throw some obvious ones out there. How about doing better on third down on defense? Not just letting the other team like taking candy from a baby against this Michigan defense. The success that teams have had on, doesn't matter what the down and distance is, third and short, third and long. And how about cut down on some of the penalties? Michigan,
dumb penalties, just mentally,
right? And unnecessary roughness. You get some of these when you're going at the quarterback. That's going to happen. And the hitting out of bounds. Last year we saw it's tough for this team, and it's great for this team in certain instances. But when you win a championship, you're going to compare everything that for every team from now on. Well, last year was so fresh in our memory. Michigan was the least penalized team. They got the most turnovers. And, it's like the opposite now. They turn it over. They take bad penalties. I know a lot of that's, new faces, new coaches, young team, all of that. But it really stands out because that was one of the keys to Michigan's undefeated season last year, of being so good with the penalties and the discipline and all of that. I would like to see the defense can really change the perception of everything. They've been sloppy, and they've really been worked over in a lot of ways. Even against Ark.State, they were gashed left and right by the Red Wolves, which was a surprise. But, if they stand up and get a victory and play well, I think they're back and everything settles down. Talking about defense.
I got a little different take on, I don't know that it's that bad on defense. 10 points.
Gashed, it just sound like they were
points. I know 10
on, but they weren't
points
thrown on.
10 points against Fresno State. Fresno State's offense will be every bit as good as a lot of teams we're going to face in the Big Ten. And then, they got one off our third string. We're going to look at the film, but and a couple other notes.
Okay.
I'm glad that we played 3 football games. USC's only played 2. Okay, they got the bye week. They can have it. Early in the year, I don't want no bye week. I want to play. Reps are unbelievably important. And that's one of the greatest things that we got to accomplish this football game, especially defensively with the young D lineman got a ton of reps. And Denny, let's not ever forget this. The number one goal is out there. People panicking, people talking. Big Ten championship. That's what it's all about, man. Win a Big Ten championship. Nothing matters, man, other than that. So I thought we'd talk about, JT Barrett. Stoops is talking about JT Barrett was not a great passer. And maybe Alex can give us JT Barrett type stuff, because that's exactly what Urban Meyer did. A ton of quarterback keep off the RPO stuff. And it totally opens up that whole run game, because now they got to honor the backside. And we just haven't done that with Davis Warren. I don't know why the hell they didn't. I would have still ran him once or twice a game on it. Even though he ain't going to get you 20 yards, he'll get you 6, make him honor it. In fact, I got it in the notes here. I don't understand why our coaches didn't run it a little bit with him. He's not totally on it. We ran it with Cade once or twice at times. You know what I mean? But
yeah, well, he ran it the one. I mean, I don't think it was a design run in the second half, and then he got up and it almost got a taunting flag for screaming.
Yeah, that was he stepped up in the pocket on a pass play. But I would have I don't give a damn who my quarterback is. I'm going to have some I'm going to have some naked boots, some RPO keep. I'm going to make those edge guys honor that stuff, even if he's not the most athletic guy.
They had Peyton Manning, you'd be running.
Well, he's that's about the extreme, but
I know, I'm just playing with you, Scar. I'm just messing with you. What about you're right. Michigan dropped the game to Texas, but one of the advantages, and now that it's the conference season, is that Michigan knocks off some of these teams. They're going to be right in the mix. That you get a little bit of a mulligan now with a 12-team playoff. So I know people aren't thinking about, and I don't think you should think about a 12-team playoff right now. But if you beat USC, I think you can start thinking about that again. But you got the Brown jog, and you've already talked about going to the West Coast. Illinois looks tougher. Michigan State can throw it around and present some problems. We've always talked about Oregon. Indiana, Scar, they might.
Yeah. So anyway, as I've watched these teams, USC, I said last week that they might be every bit as tough as Oregon. And Oregon looked like Oregon Saturday. Okay, they woke up. They tired of playing around. Their talent was showed up. So Oregon is what we thought they were. They will have talent on both sides of the ball, but I still would rather play them than Texas. I still would rather play Oregon than Texas. So SC will have very good offensive coach. We talked about SC. Anyway, Minnesota is a winnable game. I've watched. He's doing the same stuff he's always done. Doesn't have great talent. His quarterback is okay. Kid he got from New Hampshire. Winnable game. Washington lost to Washington State. I've watched him. Jed's a good coach, but it doesn't seem like they really replaced the talent like I thought they might. And then Illinois is going to be. They're going to. I've watched them. That they got a big one this week. We're going to find out about Nebraska and. Illinois beat Kansas, which was a big win, but we're going to find out about Nebraska. They play Illinois Friday night. I don't know about Nebraska yet. Okay, he beat the heck out of Prime at home. Michigan State's well coached. Quarterback's a problem. That game's going to be what I don't like is we go from the emotional Michigan State game and then we got Oregon the following week. I don't like that. I just wish we had Indiana after Michigan State, because Michigan State is an emotional game. I don't give a damn what their record is. Indiana is one of the best coach teams in the Big Ten. The guy's a really, really good coach. I've been saying it all year. He went to UCLA, beat the heck out of that guy. This guy's a good coach. You give him players, and he went out and got a good quarterback. And then Northwestern's a game we can win. Ohio State, I'm just confident. Anyway, that's kind of my quick rundown through the Big Ten. Every game is winnable. We just got to, let's play great Saturday, man.
That sounds good to me. Are you ready to talk about the film and go through it a little bit?
Yeah.
I would like to notify everyone out there of two things. One, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This one that you're watching Jim Scarcelli on right now. We're going to get Scar out, hopefully, at our big party once we get to 5,000 subscribers, which we are zeroing in on. I'm looking to get out and watch maybe a Michigan game on the road when they go to Washington. We can get those subscribers just to boost up just a couple more, and the party is on. So you got that. And then, as always, we are brought to you by Rivals.com. We'd love to see you over on the Maize and Blue Review. I'm going to have Scar start posting on the Den over there and answering some questions here now that the Big Ten season is underway. You can see that. Talk about Michigan all day, all night. Go to the Maize and Blue Review and join up today by going to michigan.rivals.com. And thanks to Quick Cut, who has us all lined up here so Scar can get you through this entertaining and educational film review. And it looks just fabulous here as we get ready for kickoff.
Yeah, Denny, real quick. Greg Harden was a guy that I know. I remember when he came in. I remember when Bo Schembechler brought him in '86. My condolences. You guys talked about him. Bo had vision to bring in a guy like Greg that was great for the guys. He came in the year after I got done, but I want to point that out that he was really highly respected. Everybody's talked about him, and he's a guy that I would call a friend. So I wanted to just mention that.
Well, if I could add one thing, I was down at the Michigan news conference today, and Larry Lage from the AP, Dave Aviloff, who runs Michigan Sports Information Department, put a great post on Facebook about Greg Harden, and so did Lage. And Lage told me today that Harden might be the most influential person ever at Michigan. That was a pretty big statement, but
yeah, no, Danny, listen, Bo Schembechler had vision, man. There was a need for that kind of guy within our athletic department, and he saw it, and he was right on, and he served a role, man. That was it's behind the scenes role. You got a lot of people like that make a difference in a program. And Danny, before I get in this film too, number 17, 91, 92, 42, those guys on defense, Eno Etta, Brandt, Ike, and TJ Guy, they played a lot of football, which I wanted to get accomplished more than anything. And I'm really, really happy with that, because people want to talk about our starters like Moore, and I hear some people in the media beating up Mason Graham. The more we get them off the field by these other guys developing, they're going to play better. Our starters are going to play better. You follow me on that?
I do.
Okay. Anyway, this is the first 3rd and 8 we get them. People kind of, I hear some people in the media, I do listen, why's he got such a big cushion? Well, we don't know how good this receiver is. We don't know. And they scout him. The coaches scout him. Does he have help over the top? I don't know what the coverage, it looks like, but he did. And you hate to see that.
How about both Fresno, and this wasn't the only time that they went right at Will Johnson. They kept doing it. Obviously, Fresno got burned at the end of the game, but Ark.State was going right after Will Johnson too.
Danny, like I said, a lot of times what I said I would do with the great players, I'm not going to give them help. I'm going to give other guys help. And some of that guys will challenge it still. Okay, you're not giving them no help over the top. Well, then we're gonna test them. Okay, Wink really mixed it up Saturday, 6 up, 7, not so much as the week before, but that's what coordinators do, Danny. You don't do the same damn thing week to week, even though you're going to see the same formations. But we got 6 up here, 3rd and 15. We lose contain, man. It just kills me. And I know they allow some of this stuff. It's just a different mentality of defensive football. If we have contain here, we got a chance. But they're either Kenny isn't getting the message. You see him over here. They're running a stunt. Mason Graham is lined up. They've been lining him up out on the edge a little bit. Well, he's over here.
Like but you like that or don't like that?
Well, I don't know, man. It doesn't give you much, because now you're going to drop him in coverage. Because if you don't drop him in coverage, So now they're running a stunt here. Graham's coming underneath. And Kenny's going to try to come out over here, and it's not getting done. Okay. So anyway, not good. 3rd and 15. I don't like it. Lose and contain. And Denny, we always talk about that flat wall. 3rd and 2. We've been able to win even against the big schools, the line of scrimmage. So this is okay. But I want to see us creating a new line of scrimmage. I shared the story. My coach always talked about playing on my position coach, playing on their side of the line of scrimmage. Coach Mo, let's play on their side, 1 yard on their side of the line of scrimmage. And Ike has been, I've been watching little young Ike in there. He got reps, 92, man. The big fella right there. I really want to see that. Because the better he gets, the better Kenny Grant will be, because he won't have to play tired. So we get him stopped. They miss a field goal. But I want to compliment our receiver coach, because this is a nice way to start out. I think we start out with a penalty, but here's 2nd and 14, just like a sweep. But good blocking by our receivers. This is a good job by our receivers. And again, it's just like I mentioned the running back coach, because we've been securing the football. We got to look at Hinton here blocking this kid. So that's executing, man. That's good blocking. Receivers that'll block. Good job, Bellamy. And this is that. This looks like it's okay. It's 3rd and 1, but I'm watching our line play, and even though we just barely get the first down, but we're picking up a stunt. We block it, we pick it up, and then our running back just has to win the battle with a linebacker or a safety there. He's unblocked. But I'm watching Link here. I'm watching our guard. They get the slant tackle blocked. The tight end comes down, gets the backer blocked. We kick out this edge player. It's all blocked. This guy's unblocked right here. So Mullings has just got to run him over, get the first down, and he does that. I mean, we don't have an answer for that guy, but everybody else blocked it, Denny. I'm confident on how the rest of the guys blocked that play. I've got confidence here that this should give our quarterback confidence. There's good protection, nothing in his face. That's a JJ throw right there, man.
That was nice.
It's from the far hash, and he's throwing an out cut all the way across the other side of the field. That gives you confidence. It should give him confidence. Here's the pass over the middle. Confidence. So let's look here. What do we got? 2nd and 4. I've got Bredesen circled, and I've got the running back circled. Nice job. Yeah, we're Bredesen is blocking his butt off this year, and they're using him at the line of scrimmage to block. And we don't get this kid blocked. Gentry's got to get this guy. Denny, a lot of 6 offensive linemen. They want to get Gentry reps. I can see it's kind of been the philosophy. I remember when Trente Jones was a young guy. He was like the 6th offensive line. Remember they used to try to get him in all the time?
Yeah, he didn't have a nameplate. Remember, he was wearing like
80. That's what they're doing with Gentry. So Sherrone is following that same blueprint that Jim did. Let's get this extra tackle work. But I'm watching him here. He's got to get this kid blocked. He doesn't block this linebacker. He lets him juke him. You see how he thinks he's coming inside of him, and the linebacker jukes him to the outside. And now he's in the hole. And we get a good block by our receiver, and Mullings just runs him over. But anyway, Gentry's getting reps. Nice job here again. This O'Leary kid, 81, right?
Yep.
That's 81 is O'Leary, right?
Correct.
Fine. So anyway, a lot of 6 offensive linemen getting these guys work, getting depth. Here it is again. Execute, stay on block. What do I see? Who's staying on their block? Yeah, there's guys staying on their block. I like 75 here at the top. So, Denny, we got 6 offensive linemen in. We don't have a tight end at the top. This is tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle. You got three big 320-pound tackles in there. And this play is designed, but Gentry stays on the block. The guy, he's just gonna take him whichever way he wants to go. If he slants inside, he'll pin him. If he goes outside, he'll push him out. But what I like is that he's athletic enough to stay on the block. Both of these guys are just they're taking him whichever way he wants to go. Then we get a nice block here, staying on the block. So that was a good job by Gentry there, maintaining contact. Okay, I like this concept. This is a zone defense. Oh, okay. I like the concept of the play, but it's not the guy. They're in zone. We don't know what the hell coverage you're going to be in, and they just happen to have a guy here. But I like, Denny, when you play Michigan and they come out in this formation, I guarantee you the defense is thinking run this way. The whole team is thinking run because you got 44 here. You got the tight end here. They're going to overplay the hell out of our right, their left. And let's see what they do on the snap of the ball. They're slanting that way, the front, but they're playing zone behind it. And our coaches must have thought that we'd see something different, and it's not. They're in a zone coverage. But still, the quarterback has to be smart enough. Maybe I don't know what he's seeing. Does he think this guy? I don't know. I can't justify it. But if he is covering him on a wheel, whatever, it's no excuse for it. No excuse for it. I like the concept of the play, though. The quarterback has to be better. That's a huge mistake. That's not what Michigan's about. We got to secure the ball. We got no chance. But I do like the play, the concept.
Running back needs to pick up a guy too there, yeah, for sure.
Well, it's a naked deal. It's a naked. We're making it look like it's. You
didn't think Donovan Edwards whiffed on that block?
Well, let's take it from the top because I think we want to make this look like. Let's see. I don't know what. You know what? I don't know what the hell that is. Why is he faking that way?
Yeah, wrong way.
Yeah, maybe this isn't as well of a conceptual play as I thought, because I don't know that it fools me. I thought it was going to look like our power play. Maybe Scar's jacked up there. Sudden change, Denny. We just come off. We just threw a pick. They got the ball at the 15-yard line. 92's in the game. I like number 1. The kid's a good player. He's a good tackler. He's a mean, tough kid. And this is a good tackle here. Again, I like that 92 is getting reps. I'm going to be confident with Eno Etta. He's just going to need reps. He's played 3 games. I was really confident on him before, and I'm just going to keep the faith. But those guys got to get better. So they make sudden change. We keep them to a field goal. I'd like to see, this is a well-executed play, Denny. Well-executed, but can Donovan make this kid miss? It's like boom, it's you and him. I know it's tight in there. This linebacker's coming off too. There's not much to cut back, and these 2 guys are coming, so but still, he's putting his shoulder down and knocking people over. That's something we haven't seen so much from Donovan. Now, this is the stuff I was talking about, Denny, with this formation. See, they're overcommitting to this type of – they end up in the same formation as they were pretty much when they ran that pick, right?
Orji out there now?
I don't know who's in the game. No, I don't know who's in the game, but they got, look at the defense, though. They're overcommitting. They're overcommitting to when we bring a guy over here.
Okay.
We got guard, tackle, tight end. They know we like to run the football here. And look at how they're flying out of there. These guys are flying over here. See how all the defenders run in there, and he cuts it back. But I guess my point here is that it's a good job by the running back. It's a good read because they overcommitted. They guessed right. They guessed right to what we were doing or wanted to run, because this play is designed. Denny, this play, we're going to block down here, and he's going to kick out. And this play is designed to hit in here. but they do a good job defending it, and then we're gonna seal him. And everything is supposed to go through here, but the running back sees they got it defended, and he cuts it back. He finds a little seam. Is that Donovan?
Yes.
Because I got a small. Yeah, that's Donovan. Anyway, I like Donovan seeing something there because they did a good job defending where the point of attack was. Denny, this stuff here, the first guy that I saw running this stuff was Lincoln Riley and the guy that was at Clemson. When Clemson was winning, they were running a lot of this stuff. And what I mean by this stuff is false pulls. This is a lot of false pull. What I mean by a false pull is you pull in the backside guard and tackle, and where's the ball? The ball's in the mesh point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, right now, if you're playing defense, you have to honor power this way because they could be running this kick out. You have to honor that. He could give the ball to the back running through there, right? So half the defense has to honor the counter, backside guard and tackle. And the other half of the defense has to honor this stuff. So that's why you can't just fly out of there. So Lincoln Riley was one of the first guys I seen do this stuff. And I was like, wow, this is tough to defend. Very tough to defend. So we've been running it now. And USC runs a ton of this stuff with a bunch of different, they have athletic linemen. Lincoln Riley believes in linemen that can pull and trap. So you're going to see a ton of power play with guys pulling and trapping, and we have to do a great job against it. But it's stuff we've seen. Anyway, this is a nice throw. It's well blocked over here, and we're going to see a ton of that Saturday. Again, this is a throw that, like, man, is that JJ McCarthy out there? Look at that. Look at the confidence in the zing on that football. It's well blocked. Anyway, we know we got a decent backup quarterback we can count on a little bit. Do something, right?
Yeah, well, hopefully you don't have to see him. Anyway,
I don't know that the analyst got this right because I think this is totally on. I mean, the back Link is getting his butt kicked here, but Donovan doesn't block the right side. I think he's supposed to step to the left because everybody's stepping right. The whole offensive line is stepping to the right. The quarterback is expecting him to fake here, and then Donovan will seal this side, the left side of the line. If the line's stepping right, the back will step left. And I think this is on Donovan. So he goes the wrong way. Now you got extra guys blocking here. You got no one blocking this guy, and that's what you get. So and for the most part, our running back coach has done a great job with protection, teaching protection. So anyway, I put that on. I believe that's on Donovan. But our tackle got his butt kicked. Another. I mean, there's a lot of things to be confident about, man. So Denny, if this kid goes back in the game for me, if I'm coaching, I'm running some damn quarter because if Orji starts to play well. And we get to the point, if they ever do get to a point where they want to play both these guys, I'm going to run this kid on some quarterback keep stuff because he's not so expendable if that makes any sense. I know you like to just play one guy, and I get that. And if Alex does great and we don't have to take him out, that's great. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind seeing if we do put him in some quarterback run. Anyway, this is our number one football play that we put in, and we execute it. And, Denny, this is the new Donovan Edwards. This is the 10 pounds heavier. And this is, this is our first play we put in. Everybody's blocking down. We're kicking out with Bredesen. And look at Donovan just run this kid over. Again, I don't know that we would have saw that the last couple of years. You agree?
Yeah, Donovan, they brought Donovan today to the news conference, so they're feeling pretty good about him. He says he wants to get into a rhythm, more carries. It sounded like he wants.
Again, when I made this video, I didn't know that there was a quarterback change. But this is the stuff I'd like to see as a defensive player and coach. This play is very well executed, but we don't carry out a fake here. It's kind of BS. It doesn't hold the end. It doesn't do nothing. It's weak. So I put this on the quarterback coach. This, Jim did the same thing. He allowed the same kind of half-ass fakes. I don't understand it. Get out there and sprint. Sprint out here. Make the defense, when you got Alex Orji in the game, Denny, and we're going to be looking for this. When Alex Orji's in the game and he puts the ball in the gut right there. Okay.
Yeah.
I guarantee you these guys over here, they ain't going to be they're going to be honoring it. They're not going to just look at this garbage. Look at them. They're not even on. They're coming in here, folding in here fast.
I'm going to be looking for it. I want to see him carry out his feet.
We want guys that are going to sprint. Give me 4 fast steps hard to the sideline. I mean, are you tired? I don't think you're tired, but it's not demanded. So I'm not going to yell at the kid because Jim did the same damn thing with JJ. Many times it irritated me as a, what the hell do I know? I'm just a washed up high school coach. But high school coaches understand that, and they have their players carry out fakes. Here's a 4. Wink did a lot of this Saturday, Denny, whereas in the first 2 games, he had these guys up on the line of scrimmage, linebackers up or safety corners up. This week, I like 92 in here. This week, he's got 4 up, more 4 up. Okay, he's showing 4, but he's bringing a 5th late. Does that mean the way he's going to go next week? No, I don't know what the hell it means. It means week to week, make these guys think. Make them think. You don't know what he's going to do. Anyway, this is a well-executed stunt. We get home with our linebacker. We get pressure. We get pressure off the edge. We do a good job with our 3 technique. Big Ike is just launching this dude. What happened? See, Ike just pushing this kid right back into the quarterback. And there's another angle here that I think sometimes you coach it like this. See, Denny, this is the 3 technique right here. There's big Ike right here. So he's outside the guard. And if he knows the blitz is coming through here, same with this guy knowing he's coming through here, you might want to pull on that center. Ike might want to pull on that guard so he can't come off on the linebacker. You follow me? I think he may hold just a little bit in there so that guard can't come off. You see it? But he's also just launching the dude right into the quarterback. So it's a well-executed play. But at the same time, that's how I used to coach it too, without being obvious. Try to have your 3 technique, hold that guard so he can't come off on that linebacker without getting a holding penalty. What is this? I thought that was offsides. They don't call it. We're running. We're trying to block down, and this guy gets penetration, but this is a good job by our back. This is what you want to see, Denny. This is Blake Corum stuff. When a play isn't blocked, I mean, they got this kid. I don't know how the hell it ain't offsides. Look at his defensive lineman. Okay, anyway, he's blowing up the play. He's blowing up the play. But this guy right here is still finding yards. Look at that.
He looked like Blake Corum there. You're right.
I mean, that's what I mean is when a play is a dead play, should have been a 2-yard loss, Corum will get you 3 yards or get you to the line of scrimmage. That play right there is huge because now we're 2nd and 3. Good protection here. Easy stuff, man. And this is the stuff Alex has to be able to throw. That's all we need.
The ones I'm worried about.
That's all we got to do is throw some of those, man. Just a little bit of that and some bombs. Every now and then, 1 or 2 bombs a game. Here's 6 offensive linemen again. How are we blocking this? Nice job by our receiver. Look at that receiver coming. Who's that receiver up here, Denny?
Fred Moore, I thought at first glance. Let's see.
Because here's the deal. When you put a tight end in here, it changes everything they're doing. So he's got how are we blocking this thing? This guy's fanning out, so he's going to take him out. Gentry gets seals the linebacker. Receiver runs through and gets the safety or whatever he is. This guy,
C.J. Charleston, that is number 5.
Yeah, and then Corum or Mullings makes that guy miss. That's great, man. That's like you don't have an answer for the unblocked guy. The back has to make a miss, and hopefully we can do this against SC. Make a guy miss.
Rolling.
So that is a well-blocked play. Great job by the running back. Very good. So then we punch it in. A lot of good things, Denny. Too easy. This is too easy. Give us this, Alex, right there. Give us that. And this is where he gets hurt. Well, Denny, he got hurt. This is he got hurt earlier in the game. I saw another pass. Obviously, what he has, he's got some kind of shoulder. Listen, the enemy has the same film, so don't say, "Oh, Scar's showing him," what Loveland has. But I guess the question I have is, I don't know, what's the score? Why is he still in the game?
Well, he went to the locker room on the last series, and then in the locker room, Scar, if you're a football player and you say, look, it was a little stinger, I want to go back out there, but the very next series to start the third quarter, he gets driven right in there and aggravates it. So I don't know.
What the hell does that? Wait, hang on a second. What the hell does that mean if he's a football player?
It means that they want to play, and if he's cleared.
Yeah, I get it, but sometimes I know I'm just messing with you, Denny.
Well, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people that were seeing the same thing you are, that they shouldn't have put him back in there. I mean,
I just I get it. Score, I don't know, whatever, but it
was 21-3.
Yeah, sometimes at that time, you got to be smart as a coach. I had kids that even though the trainer clears them and the doctor clears them, you sometimes as a coach. You say, look, you know what, man, I'm going to shut you down. Or I'm just, I've done that. And whatever, man. Those are, every coach doesn't make the same decisions.
I hear you on it.
Anyway, this ball is the rush guy. This is Link getting a little bit of pressure, and he catches his elbow. At first I thought it was just what the hell is this guy doing? But he should feel the pressure still and not let him clip his elbow. Step up in the pocket. So the defender did get his elbow, but he should recognize it and step up in the pocket, and it doesn't get done. Another turnover. Here's a 5-1 look. So here, again, Wink mixing it up, some 6-1, 5-1, 4-2, 17's in the game, and one of our pressure looks. I'm cheering for Denny, I'm cheering for Adam, man. We need 92. When you're watching the football game, we need 72. We need 92, 91, and 17 to frickin' play. And 42. 42, I'm really confident with. TJ Guy. I have a lot of faith we can beat Ohio State with him. The other guys got to get better. Anyway, I like that stunt. And what do we got here? 2nd and 10, second quarter. Yeah, you got to make it. You got to know you got no help out here, man. This guy should know there's nothing there. Left shoulder tackle. He lets him outside the defense, man. I mean, luckily we get pursuit. But these are little things coaches are looking at.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That ball gets
20's got to play better, flat out.
Yeah, that ball gets outside the defense. Vanilla, no jam, too deep.
This can't be good.
Well, this is like, last week, people yelling at Wink for being exotic, right, Denny? Okay, you're too exotic. You got 6 up, 7 up, all this blitzing, all this stuff, all this. Okay, well, here's vanilla. Here's Russian 4. It's end of the half. It's 2nd and 10. But that's what vanilla looks like, and how do they block it? Well, they block it pretty damn good. You feel me?
Yeah.
People are gonna yell at you when they, because trust me, as a defensive pass rush guy, when you got 4 up, it's there's only so much you can do. But when you bring other guys up to the line of scrimmage, it puts these guys in conflict. You put some linebackers up here, like these guards might have to honor them. You might come free. So I totally understand what Wink's doing. And there's a downside. There's a downside too, getting these guys back into coverage. But here's vanilla, and we don't get no jam here. You're going to play 2 deep. I don't understand. We don't jam nothing. We don't jam this guy. Denny, when you're in a 2 deep coverage, it looks like 2 deep to me. The weakness of 2 deep coverage is right down the middle of the field. So you want to try to jam these receivers. You follow me? So they can't get a free release, and we don't jam nothing.
Yeah, the idea is that Michigan didn't need to rush anymore because they were supposed to be able to get it done with 4 guys.
Well, who said that? I don't know who said. Who
Me,
did?
I said that. 50.
Okay, I totally disagree with that because we haven't done it in 3 years. We haven't done that in 3 years where we just let guys line up. That's BS. That's not how. That's not how Mason Graham, Kenny Grant, Braden McGregor, all these guys had pressures. It ain't just because they lined up over some guy and beat him. Okay, the scheme was a big factor in how they were able to get pressure. So I don't believe that at all. What we've done the last 3 years, the scheme is a big part of creating problems with protection. Anyway, we're getting movement here. I like 44, and I like Bredesen, and I like Klein here up on the top, getting good movement. See that line of scrimmage? Look at what they do to this kid. They put him 6 yards deep. This Bredesen, I can see why he's captain, respected by his teammates. Look where he puts this guy.
Yeah, Jake Butt like that one.
No, Danny, believe me when I tell you, the pressures that a defense is able to give, the coach helps them out a lot, okay, with scheme, with conflict. And the same thing with the offensive line and the backs and all that success in the running game. The coaches with scheme and shifting and motions and 7 linemen and Alex Orji and all that stuff helps offensive linemen when you got these guys thinking. I want these guys thinking over here on defense. Okay? I don't know what this is. I can put WTF, right, Denny?
Sure.
Bench.
Oh, this was the pick.
Yeah, this would put you on the bench, secure the ball. Can't have it, man. There's no reason for this. None. That makes no sense.
Was this Marion Walker just fell down? They had 2.
I'm looking at it. We got the other view here. Now, I don't know if
2 guys in the same space. Were those bad routes? Was because I thought maybe he was.
I don't think
trying to throw a guy open, or what was he thinking?
Yeah, I have to believe that he's throwing the ball to him. Marion Walker falls down, but I think he's seeing this guy. There's another view.
I mean, those guys should have been. Are those guys supposed to be next to each other like that? I don't know.
Yeah, you send one guy deep to kind of draw the defense. So he might be going
down. Okay,
he might be going vertical to soften up, and then we're going to throw it underneath to this guy.
Oh, I got you.
I don't know, but let's see what. And then he falls down. That's not a good look. And it's just not good, man. Not good at all.
Yeah. Move on to the next play. I didn't like that.
I don't like this call. He's grabbing the shoulder pad. He's underneath the shoulder pad of the offensive lineman. And we get a penalty here. That should not be a penalty because I saw where his hand was. They call that ain't putting his hand on the guy's on his face mask. And we lose contain here again. I mean, what is this? Come for that upfield shoulder and sack the guy. We let this guy, he can run. The kid can run. This ain't good. USC's guy is he's pretty athletic. He's a good passer. That's terrible. We let him off the hook, and then we get the penalty, and we should 4th and 8. We give him another chance. Not good. Terrible call, and then we lose contain. I like these guys are in the game. This kid 91, I was ripping him last week. Well, he took baby steps. He took baby steps, Brandt. I can see where he's going to be okay, Denny. And same with Big Ike. This game was huge for our depth. Huge. We weren't able to play him as much against Fresno. I don't know why, but anyway, that's a nice job by Page. Press, hole, and bounce. I think we've done, Freddie Jackson's still there, and, Michael Hart did a good job. I don't know if I'm seeing more emphasis by our running back coach. You run this zone, you press the hole, and you bounce. That's Mullings, right?
Yeah.
Hall got a lot of reps. I didn't realize how many reps Hall got, but he played a lot. He played well. Anyway, we're getting movement here. I see movement. I see this caving it in a little bit. Where's their line? Where are we ending up? See this movement here, Denny? Look at that line of scrimmage. Look at that movement. That's what we want to see. And Mullings turns the corner, but he presses the hole. I got to show it again. I'm trying to teach you something. I think Mullings, I don't know, playing linebacker, he presses the hole, and then he bounces it out. Press the hole, bounce. Make that linebacker commit. Play defended. It's defended. This play is defended, but we still make something happen. Look at Orji. That kid's right where he's supposed to be. Denny, a coach you go through your game plan and your scheme, and this is what pisses you off as a defensive coach. Okay, you got your scheme. He's got this guy assigned to quarterback on this scheme here. And guess what? This guy ain't having it. He ain't having it. He's right there, and he can't get to him. He's not athletic enough. And look at him.
I think that's what everyone's hoping to see on Saturday. Let's see him do it against some, top 25 team with the Trojans. Let's see that. Yeah, how about the little chest pass here, Scar? That I kind of like that.
This is Denny. These are the things that old Scar talks about. What can we present the defense with Alex Orji in the game? What kind of headaches can we give them? Obviously, we saw that play that they ran where you got false pulls and Alex keeping it this way, right? The play we threw it to Loveland on. You got all the false pull stuff. You got the inside power stuff, and this is a nice little tweak. I haven't seen this play. I don't know that we've seen it much, but we get a good job out here by Hinton. Look at him blocking that guy. That play's well executed, but you have to ask yourself. This is what you have to ask yourself on this play. Okay, Davis Warren's not in the game. Okay, Davis Warren is not in the game. But what are these guys thinking? Right now, what are they thinking before the ball is snapped?
Orji's going to be running it. But then again, they have to ask themselves, how many different ways can they run him? I guarantee you, we should have threats. A good offensive scheme has A gap, B gap, C gap. You threaten every gap in a defense. You follow me, Denny? Yeah.
You make the defense pre-snap honor everything. And then as far as the pass routes too, as long as they got to honor the deep one, these guys can't roll up. They can't roll up real tight. And if you, like I've said it, I beat it up. But you want them to have to honor every single gap and all the different things that we can do with Alex Orji. But I like the way this is blocked. We don't hold here. I talked about Bellamy doing a great job teaching stalk blocking with our receivers. We're doing it without getting holding penalties. Look at Big Hinton there.
This is the series. This is what they're going to do against USC.
I hope, Denny. We hope.
This was a 9-play drive, 8 runs. Then this one.
Yeah, this is what again, Scar's talking about bomb and this type of stuff for Alex.
There it is, 9th play. 9 plays, 80 yards, 8 runs, capped off.
what does this look like pre-snap to the defense? So pre-snap to the defense.
Reverse.
Well, they got to honor, Denny, they got to honor all kinds of, they got to run this way with him and quarterback keep this way. They got to honor power this way. We got all these people here with just leading him on somebody and Alex running the ball here. They got to honor the hell out of everything this way. If I'm coaching defense against Michigan right now, I'm defending the hell out of this side of the line of scrimmage.
Where was all of this guy going this way and a guy going that way on that 3rd and 3 against Texas? They just had him back there with Bredesen next to him, and he ran it right up the middle.
Well, Denny, you have to run that play, and we didn't execute the damn play. It wasn't a terrible call. It was not executed. It was a similar formation. We just didn't have him in the game, and it was this formation except this guy was out here. And we blocked down, and then the 3 technique kicked our butt, and the guard didn't get through there.
Yeah, but they didn't have somebody coming down.
It wasn't a terrible play call. It wasn't executed. We got this guy kicked the 3 technique kicked our tackle and our guard's butt, knocked him in the backfield. But anyway, this kind of stuff is a headache because it makes them honor the backside. It makes the defense say, okay, I can't just blow up the tight end the 2 tight end side, 6 up, backups in the game. Scar's loving it. Scar's loving this because I was that young guy. These reps matter. They're huge. You don't want to see him running the ball in there. But all these guys are backups. This is man coverage. I'm not sure.
These guys didn't play well on this series. They got worked.
Yeah, it's discouraging. This is discouraging right here. We get beat. We get thrown deep here. But Denny, those are backup guys. I mean, the scores. So if people want to say, well, they scored on your starters or your whatever it is, you want to blame Wink. This guy should know better. This guy's been around. I think this is Pollard, right? 24.
Yeah, that is.
You got to defend. You got to play your responsibility. Don't worry about in front of you. And I don't know what he's thinking, man. But I don't know what he's thinking. Why are you biting on that? You got help in here. There's something. I don't know. That's discouraging. But this is a good tackle here. Left shoulder. Oh no, he gets it out. He lets it outside.
Helmet, I think.
24. Who's 24?
Pollard.
Yeah, you can't let that happen. Anyway, this is I don't know how they teach it. I know how I would teach it. If I'm coaching this, okay, they allow him to come underneath this block and try to beat him. I understand it. The downside is if you don't beat him, the ball can get outside the defense. Like when Kojo against Ohio State, remember that long 60-yard run?
I think he got pushed in the back a little bit there too.
Anyway, this is a real good job by our corner here, number 12. That's the transfer guy. What's his name?
Hall.
Yeah, this is a good job. Punching, using your hands at the line of scrimmage. I mean, they still pick up the first. But then I'm just happy, Denny. I'm so happy. Here's 17. Look at these guys in the game. Here's big 17. We need you, big fella. 95. 95 is Pierce, right?
Yeah, Trey Pierce.
We need these guys, Denny. There's a hell of a tackle. This is number 12 again?
Yeah, that is nice.
What does he have another year?
I don't think so.
Well, that's impressive. Good tackle. Only got a few more plays left. Meaningful reps, 27. They put some guys in here. I don't even have them. Who's 27, Denny?
27 is
you a freshman?
No, I think it's well, I'll have to look it up. I've got my thing here. I should know that right off the top of my head.
He's losing contain.
McLaren. Tyler McLaren.
Oh, yeah, he's a converted guy. They moved him over there. He's a big athletic kid. Is he like a sophomore?
No, he's a senior. He's been around.
Oh, shit. He's got to be better than that. Okay, I thought he was a young guy.
Nope.
there's a lot of people in the stands that are pissed off, and there's people in the media. Everybody's pissed off, right? They're going to blame everybody, maybe Wink, whoever. Okay, they score here.
People in the stands, the media,
whatever. But let me tell you, as a coach, Danny, I could give a damn. I don't want them to score. I never want them to score, but getting these guys reps is more damn important. It's more important.
Yeah, well, I had Michigan winning the game 35-10 plus 8,000. So I was looking for an exacto score, which was still
I don't
a
want
lot.
to see no one wants to see a score, but I want reps. Here's 17. These guys need reps. So it's
live game day reps hit different, Scar. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's just different, man.
I know.
Play in front of 110 on television and making adjustments. Coaches are looking at that, man. State Street performance is one thing. How you playing up in the big house? 5-1 look. We lose contain. Terrible. I felt like a broken record. I just don't understand this. How the hell they coaching this kid? He's lined up here. I believe they may allow it, Denny, because when guys lose contain for Michigan, the coaches don't take them out of the game. If I would have lost contain as a player, my ass would have been on the sideline the next play.
Well,
so these guys must allow it. For the kid to lose contain, they must say, look, we're going to give you the freedom at times to go inside, and it's just a different style of coaching, man. They whatever. Pisses me off, but anyway, that's that. A lot of reps. There's a lot of good things in that film. A lot of guys played.
What about the Trojans have a great wide receiver in Branch. He wears number 1. He's Zachariah Branch. He was awesome, a quick twitch. He's going to be in the pros, no doubt about it. He played great against LSU. Would you put Will Johnson on him, shadow him like he has against Maserati Marv last year? He did that.
Denny, whatever we did, I don't remember. Did Johnson get a little more attention to Maserati last year? Was our scheme?
I think he followed him around.
I'd have to look at that. But my philosophy as a coach was always never to give the guy the same look. I would not want him to know what's coming and going. You know what I mean? I don't want him to get
shadow him is what you're saying.
Maybe, but I don't, I think keeping the offense unsure about if he's going to get help. Is it Will Johnson? Does he have a flat player dropping in front of him in zone? You know what I mean? We're going to see it. We'll take a look at Wink, and I'll try to answer that question.
All right.
But, Denny, the answer to that question is conflict, confusion. You got it? Don't let the guy get comfortable. Don't let Branch get comfortable or the coach get comfortable or anybody get comfortable. Make him think.
Make him think. Keep him uncomfortable. Run the ball. Throw it sometimes.
Run it and you got to throw it enough, Danny. You got to honor it, man. I've gone against these guys that they lose their starter and their spread offense, and the kid can't throw. And I'm not going to defend those 2 dudes out there and them 2 dudes out there, man. You follow me? Listen. So when Alex is in the game, there's got to be enough threat that they have to have a sound defense against Michigan.
Okay. Do you have any final thoughts? Because I have one more question for you.
No, I'm confident, man. Michigan people need to stay united. Don't let the Michigan State people divide us. The Ohio State people divide us. That's their job. Michigan people, that's old Scar's words. Let's stay together. Let our leader Sherrone, let's give him a chance to keep this thing rolling. And I hope you're right, Antoine.
Michigan is a 5.5-point underdog. Would you consider them a live dog in this game?
I think, it's interesting. part of me thinks it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I think the offenses have a little bit of an advantage because, again, they see the defense every day in practice. The structure of both teams that should benefit the offenses. But I think Wink has a lot of pressure on him, Denny, because they're really good on offense, man. They're really good. They're going to score. They score points. Well, Lincoln Riley's an offensive guy, and he's got a quarterback, and he's got a receiver. And our players, our defense has to – we give them more than 24, we're in trouble. We can't give these guys more than 24 points because they are good. He is a headache. He's the kind of guy, Denny, when you coach, there's guys that win with talent, and then there's guys that win because they give you problems, you know. And I think this guy has a little bit of both now. He's got a good quarterback, but I think he does a lot of things that give you headaches. So Wink has to get us – they got to have a good freaking plan, man.
Yeah, I still feel like this is Sherrone Moore in Michigan the last 3 years. Are they really smashed? Can they take USC, this fancy Southern California team, with all of the quarterback? Can they smash them by running the ball with Alex Orji and company and win this game? That's what it comes down to me. Yeah. And their strength.
Well, that ain't no soft smash coordinator he's got over there, because I watched them. I saw right away when I watched their game. I don't know who the hell they played. I saw Michigan's defense.
LSU.
I saw them against LSU, and you can see the difference against LSU. Okay, LSU.
I agree.
They got players, and Sean Nua and those guys. That defensive line was coached. They're not going to stand up and get pushed around. So we got to have answers, man.
All right, Scar, as always, great job. Hit that subscribe button so we can get to 5K and have this party. Maybe we can even get Scar out there. That's going to do it. We'll see you after the game on Saturday.
All right, Denny, we're fired up. Go blue.
There he is, Jim Scarcelli. If you are going to smash something,